Thank you so much. I think incredible performance from the guys from the first minute till the last whistle. I think the attitude was the attitude of a team that wants to do something special, that wanted to do something special tonight, that wants to keep growing as a team, keep achieving things together, and I think that they show it from the very first minute. The level that today they apply themselves especially in the defensive phase. It's easy to say now that the opponent didn't create so much, but I think it's a straight relation between what we did today when we were not in possession and the lack of opportunities of the opponent during the 90 minutes. And the rest of the things, I think everybody could see that we managed to play some good football in some certain moments of the game. We dominate other moments of the game with less verticality, but I think most of the time tonight was played in a really high tempo, and a lot of positive things more than the result, which in the end it's also very important because it gives us the opportunity to already accumulate 8 points, 2 more games to play. It's in our hands to find ourselves in the top 8, but still a lot of things to do. It's not done, not even close. We still have to play 2 very tough games, but today we proved that we can compete in a good way with everybody one more time. It's not the first time we do it, and the guys show it. So yeah, I'll stop here. I think it's been a good day for Pirates.
Thank you very much, Coach. Colleagues, the opportunity to ask questions. As per normal standard, your name as well as your publication, please. By raise of hand, if there are any takers for the first question. You don't have any questions?
I'm okay. I'm in a good mood.
There's a question there from Mr. Mfumu.
José from Sports. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
The performance that we saw today from your whole team was actually given one praise by the coach that was here, praising Otto, to say he showed some sportsmanship by kicking the ball out, something like that, giving him personal praise on that. What's your take on another coach that comes through getting a 3-0 drubbing but still being able to say about your players such positive things? Just take us through that moment. What do you make of
it? Well, I think the game belongs to the players, and if Joto in that particular moment decided that we have to stop the game, then we stop it, and that's it. I cannot. Maybe sometimes you feel the temptation to, because you are in the box, there's an action that can have a different continuity, but it's something to appreciate. I'm not going to discover the type of human that Dion is to anybody. Everybody knows Dion Joto very well in this country, and one more proof that he's a fair player with his mates and with the opponents as well, and it's always in a competitive environment like ours that sometimes we use big words, big sentences. It seems that we're talking about war sometimes more than sport. It's nice to see some situations like this, because in the end they are football players, they understand each other, and yeah, I think it was a human behavior from Dion.
There's a question this side.
Coach Riveiro from SABC, congratulations on the emphatic victory.
Thank you.
Yesterday, you had raised the importance of guarding against this team, especially on set plays, going back to how you played in the first game. And how do you look back in terms of how you managed to neutralize them? Because I saw in some of the corner kicks that they had, they never really had a clean connection with the ball. And I look at, I think you had more than 20 attempts, goal 8 on target. Just the overall application you had today.
No, again, I think that our performance was overall if you look at the performance as a whole, I think it was excellent. But again, that's the beauty of this game, is that you can be leading 2-0, dominating every scenario, but suddenly in a corner kick, it's 2-1, 10, 15, 20 minutes to play. It can happen in these type of games, and suddenly you can shake a little bit, and that's the situation that we wanted to avoid. You can do it in two different ways. One way is capitalizing all the chances that you create, which we couldn't, and it's normal. It's not that easy to score goals. And the other way is to be disciplined and to be committed with the fact that we don't want to give anything away in those specific situations. And the guys applied themselves very well. The coaching staff did a good job during the whole week to analyze their strength in those situations and how can we counteract it. And everything came right today. I think there's maybe one action, I think, that they touched the ball in the second half in one set piece, but in the rest of the side free kicks, corner kicks, everything else, throw-ins as well, the team did a good job, and that's why we managed to keep our goal in 0.
There's a question. Let's start here and then we'll come back.
Buenas noches, coach.
Buenas noches.
Felicidades por ganar el partido, coach.
Muchas gracias.
Coach, how do you guard against complacency? Because right now you look at Group C, Orlando Pirates is number 1, followed by Al-Ahly as well as Beirut. That it's a 3-horse race in that group. But controlling what you can, how do you guard against that complacency?
What it means complacency in this context?
Like not getting over yourself just because now you're top of the group, thinking that things will be smooth moving forward with the last 2 games.
No, that's not gonna be a problem with this group. Trust me. It's we learning. Like I said many times. Again today, we finished on the field with 5 of our DDC players. But they are accumulating these experiences in order to understand what it takes to play at this level, to compete at this level, to challenge the clubs that we challenging right now in the group. And it's about ambition, it's about dedication, it's about commitment. We are in we went through a difficult month where you have to, show that you are still a professional football player at the time that everybody is having festive days and having parties and having fun. But this group continue working each and every day, because we are committed with our goals, and it's not going to change now because we are temporarily, for at least until the next fixture, hopefully until the end, leading the group. It doesn't matter. It's something nice. It's something to feel proud of, and we are, because we are working for it. Nobody's giving us anything for free. But at the same time, we know that the next Saturday, if we continue talking about the Champions League, knowing that we have one game in between in Cape Town, an extremely difficult one, so our mind after tomorrow is going to be straight in that game in Cape Town, and then we will prepare ourselves to host here Belouizzat and try to offer a good competition one more time. And we don't even speak about our options or possibilities. We only talk about the next game in that locker room, and we're not going to change now because suddenly some things are looking good, or we know how simple or how quick you can lose your position wherever you are in this sport.
Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, good evening. Me clearly from the coach to 5-star performance during the match. Your players was a high octane match. My question is, your final instruction to the players before the game started and during halftime? Because after the second half, they came out guns blazing.
Thank you. No, before the match, I think we prepared the game very well in terms of after having an experience against them a few weeks ago, and I think the game was well prepared and well executed during the week. And today we emphasize a lot about the fact that we're playing at home, that we have an opportunity in front of us to, like I said before, even if it's only for, like I said, to proudly say that tonight at this time we are already in 8 points. So we want to show from the beginning. We want to connect with the fans early in the game. We want to get their energy, in the first minutes. And in order to make it possible here in Orlando, you have to attack. You have to go to the goals. You have to start to force the people to stand up and play the game with us, and that's what we wanted. And in the halftime, it was an easy one in terms of just give continuity to the things that we were doing in the first half, not dropping the level, not stopping our intention to continue going to their goal, and as usually adjusting a couple of things in terms of two spaces concretely that we could have occupied a little bit better in the first period. But I think overall, the first half, the second half maybe looks a little bit better because the opponent is also getting tired and losing a little bit the hope to collect something in the last minutes. But I think the first half was even better than our second half, in my opinion.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take the last two questions and we'll close it off.
Good evening, Coach.
Good evening.
Congratulations on the results.
Thank you.
I think you've been very consistent just in your lineups. I think
Inconsistent.
You're very consistent.
Consistent.
With your lineups, and we've heard other coaches just talk about the amount of depth and rotation that you will need to do perhaps in order to compete on all fronts, be it on the league and in the Champions League, like you guys are trying to do right now. How do you just find that balance between consistency and also just combinations working, and also just making sure that you have the legs to carry you throughout all of these competitions that you're trying to compete in as parents?
No, the intention, and we know that consistency in so many things, not only in the Stade 11s. Stade 11 is one thing, but there's so many things that we have to do consistently within the process, and our intention is to prepare the players to play every 4 days, and that requires a certain amount of resources to make sure that they are available for selection, and then it's my decision to see which one will fit the better with the type of game we are going to play, what kind of winger we need, what kind of fullback we need, etc., etc. But not. I think that I said already many times during my 2.5 seasons here that we don't believe in rotations as such, like understanding that we're gonna have 2 teams and one team is gonna compete in this competition, and then in 3 days it's coming and it's not gonna work. It's not working anywhere. So we try to keep our structure as much as we can, our core as much as we can, and understanding, and it's not a science, but it's close, because we have a lot of resources nowadays in football for us as a coaches to be as accurate as possible, to know when maybe one player is already accumulating fatigue because we play 3 games in a space of 8 days and needs a rest, and before he's getting injured, or there's some red flags during the process that will tell you that, okay, today Riveiro needs to rest a little bit, and then we go. So that's what we try. Moment of the player, make sure that we have as much players as possible available, and then try to see carefully what is the moment of the player and what we need for each and every game. So far we're doing well in terms of players availability. We don't have too many long-term injuries right now. Some players are getting close to be back and being a problem again for me to select the right ones. But I think the most important thing in the end is that the players are committed. Everybody it's doing an effort to accept their roles in this moment, knowing that players who are not participating right now, I'm sure that in 2 months maybe you're talking about them like crucial players for us.
Thank you very much, Coach. Colleagues, that brings us to the conclusion. Coach, congratulations
Thank you.
once again, and all the best for the rest of the competition.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have a good evening. Thank you.